Summer is finally here! Yay! And if you're looking for a creative, screen-free activity to keep your child busy and engaged this summer, you have come to exactly the right place. Because today I'm sharing my top 6 crochet project ideas for kids in the summer. These come directly from my 2 years of teaching kids to crochet online and asking them what they actually want to make. If we haven't met before, hi! I'm Christine, an online crochet teacher for kids ages 8 to 12, and I'm a summer person through and through. Summer is actually one of my favorite times to crochet. The projects change with the seasons, and personally, I find it way too hot to work on a heavy blanket in the summer heat. There are so many fun, lightweight crochet projects you can make instead. Grab a cup of tea and let's get into it. One of my favorite summer activities is visiting a farmer's market or going to the beach. And for both of those, a good bag is essential. Tote bags are a wonderful summer crochet project idea for kids. They are practical, customizable, and there are so many different ways to make them. Personally, I love granny square tote bags. I actually crocheted a granny square bag of my own, and it's one of my favorite crochet projects I've ever made. There are also mesh bags, which are usually made of cotton yarn, which can stretch to hold a lot and are really easy to clean. Perfect for a beach trip. Stuffed animals are on my project list year-round because they are hands down the most requested project from almost every single one of the students I've ever taught. And they're perfect to make in the summer, especially ocean-themed ones. Last summer, I designed a turtle stuffed animal pattern for my students, and they absolutely loved it. My students named him. His name's Fred. Fred now lives in my office and keeps me company while I work. I've made 4 more turtles since, for my nephews, and to donate to local charities. Other great summer stuffed animal project ideas include fish, octopi, popsicle stuffies, and even flowers. Really, anything your child wants to make is a great choice. The sun is incredibly hot and strong in the summer, and protecting your head really matters. So why not let your child crochet their own sun hat? I've made several over the years. As you can see, I made a granny square bucket hat for my students last fall. Right here? And if I were to make this for summer, I'd make 2 adjustments. Number 1, I'd choose a light colored yarn so it doesn't absorb the heat as much. 2, I'd choose cotton yarn instead of acrylic because cotton is lighter, has better structure, and doesn't trap moisture the way synthetic fibers do. This one surprises people because most people associate crochet clothing with sweaters and cardigans. But summer is actually an amazing time to crochet wearables. Tank tops, skirts, shorts, sundresses, and there are so many wonderful patterns available. I recently finished my very first knitted tank top during my trip to Europe that you'll hear about in a few weeks. Made from 100% cotton yarn, and it is perfect for summer. For crocheted summer clothing, the same principle applies as the hats. Stay away from synthetic yarns, bulky yarns, or wool. Instead, go with lightweight, plant-based fibers like cotton, linen, or bamboo. Your child's finished piece will be breathable, comfortable, and something they'll actually want to wear. Sometimes your child just wants to spend a quiet afternoon finishing something in a few hours. There are so many great small projects. 2 of my favorites. First one is dishcloths. Dishcloths might not sound that exciting, but they're actually a fantastic crochet project for kids. They teach stitch counting, keeping your rows even, and working with cotton yarn, which is what I recommend to make dishcloths. The next idea in this category is hair scrunchies. I've made more of these than I can count at this point. They were the best-selling item in my old crochet business, where I made and sold my crocheted creations. There are a load of pattern options, and they work up pretty quickly. This last idea is a fun one that came directly from one of my students. During a crochet camp I taught last year, one of my students told me her siblings love having water balloon fights in the summer to stay cool. But she was an environmentally friendly crocheter, and she was worried about all the plastic waste from the water balloons. She asked me if I could design a reusable crochet water balloon. Took me a couple days to figure out the pattern, but I got there. It was such a creative problem-solving request from a kid who genuinely cared about the environment, which you know is something that's important to me. For this purpose, though, I actually recommend using acrylic yarn because in this case you want the yarn to hold on to a lot of water. So in this case, go for the acrylic. You can find patterns for these online if you would like to try making one. There you have it, 6 summer crochet projects. Tote bags, stuffed animals, sun hats, summer clothing, reusable household items like dishcloths and scrunchies, and crocheted reusable water balloons. Something for every child at every skill level. If your child would love to learn to crochet with a teacher who builds skills in a fun, structured way, and who designs crochet projects, especially for kids, check out my online course, Crochet Made Easy. I put the link in the description below. Until next time, happy crocheting and happy summer!